Hey guys, welcome back. Today we have another build episode and we're going to be working on this area. The Warhammer warehouse surrounding area needs some fixins, needs some fixes, and we're going to do some more scenery. So with that said, let's get into it.
For the fixins, you know what I'm talking about?
We've been adding some fun details like bollards and stuff. I guess I already covered that in my update. But our first task is to remove this sand. So the overall goal is to remove this without doing any damage. Oh wow, look at that. One big piece. All right, this is gonna be way easier than I thought. Ah, we damaged the asphalt. Oh, actually, I think what I'm gonna do, to prevent any more damage to the asphalt, we're gonna cut it. We're gonna cut it so if it breaks, it'll break on the line that I cut. The sand is gone, almost. Just needs some vacuuming, and we were able to do it with pretty minimal damage, just a little bit, but nothing that cannot be fixed. And just like that, we have a clean, kind of clean slate. I will have to come back because I have to charge my camera now. But for you guys, it'll be 2 seconds. Well, it's actually the next day, but like I said, it was only a couple seconds for you guys. But since then, I've worked on the layout slightly, just working on some small details. One example of a detail I added was this transformer. And I also added some safety bollards. I'm kind of addicted to adding these because they really do add some color. And speaking of the concrete, we're going to be using our terrain's concrete. That's what will go right here instead of sand. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put a piece of tape here where we want the concrete to stop. So that way when we pull the tape, we have a clean line. We should probably add another piece of tape on the other side. And we're just going to put a thin layer because, well, I don't have much of it. So I've gotten this area done, and we're probably going to have to come back and do another layer. The tripod is actually to prevent him from standing on it. So, gotta think ahead when you have a cat and a layout. So I have shown this off multiple times, but this is the static grass applicator that I use. You can look it up on YouTube. There's some good tutorials on how to make it, if you do want to make it yourself, because it is cheaper than the $80 Static King. So I'm going for a very similar look to this. Just grass, a little bit of details so it will blend with the background. So just recently I learned that the more glue that you put down for the static grass, the better. Okay, that's way too much. But I've learned that if you put more glue, it's just gonna look more full. But before I didn't realize that, so I would put very minimal amount of glue. Well, I think I put too much glue, but that's okay. It dries very quickly, so that's one advantage or maybe a disadvantage in some cases. I'll be using 4mm grass. This is by Woodland Scenics, and I cannot remember the exact color. So here's a nice little up close. Maybe you could see the static grass doing its magic. So we have a really good start. I still have to put one more coat of concrete on that little area, but we've added static grass and we've vacuumed it. Once it's dry, the white obviously will be gone and you won't even notice it. And we'll just be left with the grass. It is now the following day and everything's dry. The concrete Has a very nice rugged texture. I might leave it like this, I'm not sure yet. And the static grass is all dry. But now we're gonna move on to adding some scenery and we're gonna keep going ham on this little area. Since this is dry and I'm pretty much done with it, I'm gonna remove the tape, which is the satisfying part. Look at that. Boom. So I'm going for more of a rugged look. So maybe like the concrete was here first and then they put in the asphalt later on. So we're gonna have to sand this part down and I'm gonna overlap the asphalt on top of the concrete. So now we're gonna use another product from the same brand or company. This is the asphalt, which is what I use right here. Let's put back the warehouse to see how it looks. Looks like we failed to line it up properly, so there is a gap. But we'll fill that gap maybe with some sand or dirt. But before that, I'm gonna add some fun details that I've been wanting to add for a while now. All right, so we got some trees. These are Super Trees by Super Scenics or something like that. And we also have some very cute tiny cones. And these are very nice. Shout out to whoever makes these. I know they're a small business and these are really nice. Let's crack them open actually. I mean, these are really nice. Look at that. I have the aluminum looking back. And those will go where the railroad crossing is. So after one Google search, it says that the sign itself needs to be 15 feet away from the railroad tracks. And in HO scale, I think it's like an inch, but it's not going to be that important. Very realistic and to scale. And happy tree number 2. Alright, so now that we got those things done, we're gonna have to do some touch-ups. So down here on one of my shelves under the layout, I have a plethora of dirt. I think we're gonna go with this one. This is a Great Western Dirt Fine. All over the grass. Maybe we'll put some more dirt underneath the tree. Alright, things are looking pretty good. We got the dirt down over here. Even patched some holes that were in the layout from previous trees. Signs look really good. And the background looks good too. Well, it's been a full day and all that's changed is I filled in that gap between the concrete and the building. So there isn't just this weird empty space there. So since I've been working on this area, I've had to move this building out of the way. So as this building has been out of the way, I came up with an idea. And that is that underneath, I would have a propane industry. If you have been around for a while, you might remember these actually. I still have all the parts, as you can see. They're still on the sprue even, so I think it's a great idea. I think it's going to be a good use of space, because this is a large space. I mean, I could fit perfectly 2 full propane tanks and all the piping as well. Originally, I was going to add a interior to the warehouse, which I might still do, but I think I'm going to go with this. So some ideas I have is maybe making this pretty much a full diorama that can be put here and then taken away, or maybe we have a permanent kind of setup that makes the whole process maybe a little bit easier. So that's what I'm thinking. If you guys have any more ideas, or maybe you have some tips for how a propane tank industry should work and operate, please do let me know down in the comments. So that's going to be the plan with the layout. Besides that, it's coming along really nicely. We have almost all this complete, and it looks pretty good. Of course, this isn't the only project. I am working on the new layout just a little bit, getting some track work done. So that will be a video out in the future. As usual, I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in the next video.